back to another edition of the Ultimate Car 959 Top 30. Today, I don't know if I'm bringing your favorite or introducing you to somebody. For us who love Amapiano, she's a favorite. For us who've watched Idols, she's a favorite. For some people, they're like, Dinky who? Dinky Kunene is her name, right? You know the story she was telling me about this name. Now I'm even scared to ask. I'm scared to even mention your real name. How are you?
I'm lovely. How are you?
I'm good, man. Should I mention that your name is not Dinky Kunene?
I'm an open book. People can know whatever they need to know.
Yeah. All right. Daleen Swartz, all the way from Annandale in the south of Joburg, joining us. We're going to get to know her, get to chat about her music. Mdu TRP was here the other week and she spoke about her, spoke about working with her. Idols, people who love Idols. You know, she was top 10 the one year and then top 8 the other, ne?
Top 16 the one year and top 9 the other.
Top 9 the other. So you left when they were choosing top 8.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
they were like, it's finished for you.
Yeah. Look, when I checked you out, I realized that you're not just a girl from Annandale, you're not a normal person. Got a lot of musical heritage, if I could call it that, right? I want to start with your parents and then go to your uncle and then go to your sister, because all of those people have something to do with music. Let's start with the person who was in a group with Rebecca Malope. You know, who's that?
Well, I wouldn't say in a group. They were in a competition, right? So shout out to Fame. He was in a 3-piece boy band and semi-finals, and these guys need to pull up. And the tire, I don't know what happened with their car. And they just said, you know what, let's just pop our beers and chill on the side of the road. And if we don't win this competition, it's cool. But his name was Neville Mark Swartz. May his soul rest in peace. Probably the reason why I have, you know, all of the artistic parts of myself. But I never got to know him, you know. And so in my entire life, it's always been like, I need to just prove that I'm not going to make it to the semi-final and not reach my destination in life, you know. And so I think that's been actually, you know, I think they call it negative motivation. And that's been a very big driving force, you know, that daddy decided to buy bread, as I told you, and not return.
So apparently the dad went to buy bread. Do you know which shop? Or you don't
I don't know. I was too young to even know.
That's actually quite funny, man. But that's the father, right? And then the mother as well. I'd say she's also a decent singer. I mean, you don't make it into a church choir if you're not that good. Or do you?
Well, I think, you know, the church just takes people. The church needs to, like, give love. You know, you have the big churches that really prioritize the quality of sound. But in our church, now, if you want to be in the choir, come. But my mommy actually sings really well. She plays guitar in church as well.
Okay.
And she's always the tough one. Like, no, you need to sing like this. You need to sing like this. And it's funny because today I tell them, like, excuse me. This is not the standard. You guys are not singing in the right way.
Oh, wow.
I'm the tough one now. And she used to be like that all my life. So yeah.
And your sister also sings?
Yes, my elder sister. I think we were in a group together when we were in high school. We were called Soul Fusion. And we were doing like weddings and year-end functions. You know, we were just trying this thing out. And we recorded our first tracks, actually. It was like, you know, house music. It was really nice. And people in Annandale obviously knew the songs. And I actually did a remake of one of them on my first ever EP. And yeah, she just felt like, you know, this life is not for her. It's not easy being in public scrutiny all the time. And she can't handle. She's so beautiful. But the other day, someone just commented about her toes on Instagram, guys. And she removed a reel.
I want to see those toes.
She removed a reel that had over 100,000 views because of toes. Things that if it's knickknacks, it's knickknacks, guys. Like, you can't ask God to change your toes.
You know, it's quite funny you should say that, because one of your songs was actually inspired by what someone said to you on Instagram Live.
Yes.
But we'll get to that, right? Your sister, no, she's not made for this. You decided to make a song, she deletes the reel.
She deletes the reel.
Wow. Anyway, we're still talking about the musical heritage in your family, right? We spoke about your mom, your dad, your sister. You said your mom plays guitar. Your sister's brother also plays guitar.
It's not my sister's brother, it's my mom's brother.
Your mom's brother, sorry. Yeah, your mom's brother, your uncle. Actually.
He's probably my favorite human under the sun. We're born on the same day. My name is derivative from his name, and another brother of theirs that's born on my birthday. And I think my very first experience of songwriting was with him, and it was just a freestyle. he was playing guitar and the entire family's there and we're trying to figure out. And so I just started singing, said I'm sitting in the park and I'm thinking about it yesterday. Because I'm a kid, man. Like, what am I going to sing about? I can't sing about love.
For sure, yeah.
And so I'm singing about the park, you know. And it was such a nice experience. And he always encourages me to just do whatever. I think it's because of him even that I started trying to sing in languages that are not my mother tongue, because people used to laugh at him and he'll just try and speak Zulu, he'll try and speak Sotho, and now he speaks all official languages in South Africa. And that's just from...
So it paid up.
It really paid off for him. But yeah, he's also a very big inspiration to me.
Yeah. You see, she was meant for this life, man. You know, the family is singing, the dad is in there. Neville said your name is it the one that gave you the name Daylene?
No. So my mom's two brothers, Damien and Leon, are born on the 17th of March. And so Daylene came from that.
From that.
And all my life, people are like Darlene, because the Y is not there, because nigga was drunk and he just forgot to register me with the Y. But it's fine. It's Dinky now anyway. So
let's get into that. Dinky Kunene, when did you start calling yourself that? Where does it come from? Is it inspired by anything?
Okay, cool. So, guys, I was really just manifesting money with this Kunene surname. I think I was in like high school, and Kenny Kunene was just like the talk of the town. And I was like, I'm gonna have money like that man one day. And my childhood nickname was Linky.
Okay.
And I just decided, you know, Linky sounds a bit younger. It's just a nunus. It's like, oh, it's Linky. I wanted to change it, and so it became Dinky.
Yeah.
A friend of mine in grade 7 actually gave me that nickname. She's like, no, let's make it Dinky. And I think I started calling myself Dinky Kunene around grade 9.
Yeah. What high school did you go to?
Fred Norman Secondary.
And when you start calling yourself that, how is it being received in school?
Well, I'm very unapologetic. I have been all my life. And if people were not going to hear this Kunene surname that I gave myself, I was going to make them hear it until they are blue in the face. And it caught on quite quickly. People just started calling me Dinky Kunene because I used to walk around, and if I have nothing to do, I think there's the song that goes, Diandi. So I would be Dinky Kunene, Kunene. Like I would walk and just sing my own anthem.
Is this around the time of Soul Fusion?
This is around the time of Soul Fusion.
Yeah. And what's your sister saying at this time? I mean, you know.
I don't think my sister was bothered. I think she was just always stressed, like we need to get into studio, and then getting into studio is a hassle because you're still identifying like what type of songwriter you are. And we're trying to figure this out. And we're also kids. She's in grade 11 at that time. Yeah. You know, so I think in life, you get the people that are just like, we'll see what happens when we get there. Yeah. And you get the people that need to plan. She's very focused. She's planned. She's organized. And then me, I'm another story.
What year this was?
I do remember.
All of this is happening. What year was this?
It was 2011.
Yeah.
She was in grade 11 in 2011. I always count it like that.
Yeah. And then 7 years later, you decided, South Africa actually needs to hear me.
You know, I actually wasn't going to be in this position if it wasn't for varsity being messed up like it was. Yeah. I never would have known that music is the thing I need to do. Sure. And so I think I decided like early 2014 in my first year of university, and I was like, okay, this thing is hectic. Yeah. And I come from a very sheltered home. I was never allowed to do anything. And so all of this independence is just like, this girl is partying. This girl is falling asleep in Bloemfontein and waking up in Kimberley. It's that hectic, you know. Partying was just on levels. And so I was involved in every kind of cultural program they had. If it was music, if it was drama, anything, I was there. And I'm not studying. And then my parents even thought, no, let's bring her home. Let her go to UJ. Yeah. And a whole new course. And then HR. Oh, Tololo. First term, girl is doing good, flying colors, I'm passing, the family loves me. And then Idols auditions. Yeah. And I'm like, what? I'm going. Yeah. And I went and I never looked back.
What was so difficult with varsity that you were like, this is not for me?
I don't think I was prepared for... So first of all, in high school, I was always the teacher's pet. I didn't have many friends. I still don't have many friends. I don't think people understand me. And so I was always the teacher's pet.
Wait. You don't have many friends with this personality?
I honestly don't. I don't want to lie to you.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's also based on what your understanding of a friend is. Yeah. But, you know, we'll get into that.
Oh, there's people in your life, but you don't consider them as friends.
I don't think they consider me as friends. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I love too easily. Yeah. And I never get that. Like, that energy is never reciprocated.
Really? Okay.
So, but anyway, yeah, varsity was hard because I was coming into my independence.
Yeah.
And from being a teacher's pet where I can go to the teacher and sit and ask for an explanation about
Yeah.
a thing, I was so sheltered. A lecturer doesn't give two flying toots about who you are.
That's not true.
In terms of they dealing with a class of 100 people and you feel your question might be slightly dumber.
Yeah,
than
just
the
say you
questions.
felt that way. Because you can
Okay,
ask
cool. Let me
anything in a
not
lecture
blame.
room. Yeah,
Let me not blame the
lecturers.
lecturers, but I think it was a lot of fear, and so I found comfort in being able to do music. I was doing
Yeah.
hip hop at that time.
Okay.
With a friend of mine. His name is Keyez.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just not focused.
Just rap one line there. I mean, you were doing hip hop
No.
with Keyez.
It wasn't cute. It wasn't cute. Like no hate to Keyez. He was doing an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I don't think my lines were cute.
In studio with Keyez's friend who won't rap for us, but it's all good. Her name is Dinky Kunene, man. For a lot of people, we're introducing her to you. Those who love Amapiano, those who love do, aka TRP, I've heard her on a couple of songs. There's also the squad. We'll get to that, right? Idols. This is your chance. First time, did you try before 2018 or 2018 was your very first?
I've been trying idols since high school.
Really?
When I became 16, my math teacher and I were like best buddies.
Yeah.
And he took me every year. If it meant he needs to take me to 2 auditions
Yeah.
in that year, then he'll take me. And I never made it to the TV audition
For
until
sure.
2018.
And that is season 14. A lot of people started seeing you then. Let's talk about that. Where did you audition and how did you feel after the actual audition?
So I'm generally overconfident sometimes, and it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem because you think that something's going to work out in your favor.
Yeah.
And it just does not. And in 2018, I think I auditioned in Pretoria.
Okay.
And Innerdale's people were so mad at me because somewhere along the line they just put there Johannesburg. It's not that I'm from Innerdale, I'm just from Johannesburg. You know, it became a
That's a
thing.
big difference, eh?
Anyway, yeah, don't get into that. I've heard it my whole life about how far my home is. Anyway, and it was so nice because the director of the show, Gavin, says, I remember your first audition.
Yeah.
You were a child and you were not ready.
Yeah.
You were too soft. And I was so happy to see you come back every year, but you still weren't ready.
Yeah.
But I think this might be a good year for you, you know?
For sure.
And I think I sang Lira Feel Good. And then it became Valerie. You know, I had to choose a more...
Sure, yeah.
It became,
The vibey
I had
type
to
of song.
choose a vibey song. You know, they obviously give you advice in the preliminary auditions. And yeah, it was really amazing. I really thought that I'd be a lot more myself in the competition, and I'd get to show myself, and I have all of these people watching, and this is just my time. And in all of that, I didn't compensate for the emotional, like, I don't know, for lack of better words, just stress.
Yeah.
Like, it was hectic for
For sure.
me. I'm 19 at that point, turning 20, and it's just difficult. Like, I couldn't understand, you know, also being compared to people, and this is what people don't understand about a competition. You're always being compared to the next
No, for
vocalist.
sure.
And
Yeah.
this makes you doubt yourself so much. And I wasn't strong-willed enough. I didn't know myself enough. And in the first year, it was just flying by me, like the competition was happening, and I don't know if I was taking in the advice.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I was doing the right thing. And I took on a Whitney Houston song, and out the top 16. You out, mama.
Yeah.
It's over for you. But you know, I went back.
Yeah.
Because you don't give up on
The
yourself.
next year you went back.
The very next
Yeah.
year. So, naughty me. After Idols, the first year, I found love. I was dating Mngobin. He was also on the show.
Yeah.
And I ran away from home and I moved in with him in a cute little flat in Jersey. And I wasn't planning on auditioning for Idols.
No. We'll come back to Idols. Let's
Okay.
talk about you running away from home.
I've always had this problem of
Yeah.
running away from home. I like being an adult, guys.
Okay,
it's so
so-
nice being big.
Give us a blow by blow of what happened, right? You get knocked out, top 16. When and how do you move in? Do you tell anyone, or do they see you packing bags, you out?
Nah, I don't even think my mom knows I actually moved out.
So this is the first time she'll be hearing the
This is
story.
probably the first time she'll be hearing the full story about it. But it's fine, I'm an adult now, she can't hit me. So at least that's the upside.
So give us all the details.
So I found love in the Idols home. And I said to this boy, if both of us are eliminated next week, I am coming to Mpumalanga. I'm coming to visit you. And 2 weeks after being eliminated, guess where this girl was? Meeting in-laws in Mpumalanga. Trying out this love thing. And I'm a hopeless romantic, so I tried. And then we eventually came back to Johannesburg, and it was this thing of, no, we want to try living together. And so I kind of, my best friend at the time, still my best friend, he was having some issues and he needed a place to stay. So I was telling my mom I'm setting him up. Like I'm helping him. And he doesn't want to be alone, you know. And so I'm just going to be there at the apartment with him. It's so hard. So this girl was going home once a week. But then I got into a really bad car accident coming home from a gig. And then I had to go home because the flat was like 8 stories up and I couldn't walk at that time. And so I had to go home so my mom can look after me. You know, mama is always there when shit hits the fan. And so I went home, and then that relationship also saw its days. And then that was the end of that.
Do you think it worked out because of the convenience that you were together in that space?
I don't think I deserved him at that point. I don't think I was ready.
Why do you say that?
Because you take on so much responsibility when you come into a relationship and decide to live with the person and realize that there's actually a lot of things I haven't done. And I have a song about cheating because of this thing, you know, both men and women cheat.
So you cheated.
And I came into this realization. Yes. So I was.
I don't want us to run away from the fact that you cheated.
Yeah, I did. I was coming into understanding my sexuality and learning that, okay, I might like girls as well. And so I was dating a girl and I was dating him. And I was dating the girl longer. And when I met him, I just went into it thinking it's going to work without considering this other person's feelings, you know. And so she's funny because she's always reminding me about the song I wrote about cheating. She's like, actually, that song is real. Because you hurt my feelings,
For
you
sure,
know?
yeah.
And this will probably be the first time my mom hears this as well. I'm sorry, Mama. But anyway, yeah.
Mama, we want you to get to know her, the real Dinky Kunene. Not your little girl that you live with. You know, our parents have this idea that we are perfect human beings.
And then when it's Mfundisi and Mfundisi's wife, because my stepdad is a pastor. So you must know the pressure is difficult because I'm the devil right there in the house. When I have tattoos, I have a nose piercing. And I like drinking, guys. Your chala is nice. And I just don't fit into I'm not the church girl anymore.
How many times have they prayed for you to be the girl they want you to be? Pela, the pastors believe in prayer.
I think they don't stop praying. I think they still pray. And you know, I don't think the anointed oil worked on me, guys.
They've tried everything, eh?
And it didn't work.
What do you like drinking? Since Jola is nice.
So, can I tell you, all soaps wash the same. I'm not fussy. I'm not that person that will go out with other people and say, no, it needs to be Moët. It needs to be like Hennessy. Nah, I'm cool with a beer. I'm cool with... Gin is my favorite. I really like gin. Because
are you okay with water? Should I organize a dampignana?
No, we're working at the moment.
Okay, so at the moment
I can be professional. Okay. But after this, we can talk again. We can definitely organize that gin after.
Dinky Kunene, ladies and gents. I struggle to understand why she doesn't have friends or people that consider her as a friend, man. Her personality is just out of this world. But yeah, we're getting to know you. All right, we digressed a bit there because after Idols season 14, after getting knocked out, she moved in with one of the other people who were on the show. So I just wanted to get that full story, right? 2019 comes. You decide to go back.
I actually decided to never go back.
Yeah. Then how did you end up there?
And I was doing everything I could in my power to not, like, I was planning on going back to varsity.
Yeah.
And, you know, with Idols, we stand in a line the night before because they get a lot of people auditioning. And the night before, I found myself at Idols auditions.
Were you sober?
I was sober, and the boyfriend that I moved in with kept my spot in that line the entire night, and they let me sleep in the car.
Okay. That's dope, though.
And, yeah. And I didn't think that it will be good for me. But what was nice was I'm walking into an environment where everyone knows me.
For sure, yeah.
And the rest of the contestants are shutting themselves.
Yeah.
Because, Vele, we know this girl. And this girl's got pipes.
And how's your confidence at that
And
point?
my confidence just like, you know what? I'm not even going to sing with you guys. You know, in the lines, everybody's singing.
Yeah, trying to practice and all of that.
It's just lovely. And everyone wants to show. You know, us artists are very loud about our talent. And it's like, in your face, you have to hear me.
Yeah.
And that night, I was just like, I'm going to keep quiet. In fact, let me go sleep in the car.
Yeah.
Let these people.
I've got this, man.
I've got this, you know. And I was just peaceful. And I think instead of being overconfident, I was a bit more strategic.
Yeah.
And I think on Idols, it was always like having a story. It like kind of sold the thing more. And this time my story was a comeback story.
Sure.
And so already I was just like, okay, instead of looking overconfident, let's try this humility thing.
Yeah.
Let's be a bit humble, guys.
And it's not you, man.
And now I am humble.
No ways.
And I'm not necessarily maybe humble about my talent. Like,
Exactly.
I know who I am.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, in terms of that.
But on the camera, it comes across as arrogant instead of it being confidence. So we have to...
Watching.
Now the Idols crowd they hectic.
Really?
They want to see tears.
Yeah.
They want you to be nervous. They want to see that this girl really wants it. She's hungry. They always bring this hunger thing. And if you come there and it's like, oh, I know what I'm doing. It's like she's not hungry. She's not ready for this competition yet. She must get hurt before we even give her a chance. So I was like, you know what? I don't need to put all of my personality straight through. Yeah. Let me just get this audition done. Let me sing. And it was actually so nice because now I knew the process.
Sure.
And I knew the anxiety of waiting to know, okay, do I make it to the next round of auditions?
Yeah.
And it actually worked out really nice because I think I became more, instead of overconfident and expecting people to understand me, I got to a point of saying what I actually want from the competition.
Yeah.
I could communicate more openly with the directors and the vocal coaches. And, you know, it wasn't about everyone in the house liking me because we all pretend to like each other and then there's obviously a competition, you know. It was more of, let me just do me and focus on the end goal, which is obviously to win. But until I get to that point, whether I do or not, I need to give my best, and that's exactly what I did.
Season before you found love, did the same thing happen this season?
Oh, no. I went back and I was focused.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to find love, I tried to love everyone in the house. Okay. So I was that person that's like, girls, if you don't know how to shape your eyebrows, I can offer.
And look at mine, you know.
Like, you know.
I mean.
I got this thing under control. So I can help you. And it was more a thing of, if makeup is a thing, like during the week when the makeup artist is not there for us, come to my room, I'll do everyone's makeup. Yeah. It was more about me sharing love and being true to who I am, and that's the kind of thing I like. And I think that helped me a lot because then I found friendship in certain people in the competition. Yeah.
And the competition was really great for her. She ended up in the top 9, which is really, really dope, right? So this is between 2018 and 2019. But before all of this, R&B, Gqom, you know, you were there trying to flex. Also did a song with Harrison Crump.
This girl was out there.
You know, Harrison Crump is not a small fish.
He is not.
How did he find you?
Instagram.
Yeah.
So at this point, my Instagram is popping already, and he's an old cat. He's not
exactly
about Instagram right now. Yeah. So if a video pops up of a girl that can sing, it's like, hey, mama, here's my studio. Can you come through? Can we try a song? Yeah. And I was shitting myself. Like just walking into a room and saying, like, I've listened to this man's songs, like my entire childhood. And now I'm in a studio with him. Yeah. And then also coming to the realization that this is not the kind of sound that I want. Yeah. But how do I now not disrespect Malume over here? Yeah. And tell him how I feel about this vibe, you know. The song was good. And it was just so difficult because he's so particular about what he wants. And I will always thank God for that one studio experience because he taught me that you need to allow the other artists in the room to express themselves the same way you expect to express yourself. Sure. And it kind of taught me so much about how to work with other people. And it also taught me that it doesn't matter how big or how small you are as an artist. In that recording room, you're there for a purpose. And your job is to sing and your job as a producer is to produce and the rest doesn't matter. Yeah. So yeah, working with Harrison Kramp was amazing. Tried to dabble in Gqom, and I'm like, how? Which way? And R&B will always be a love of mine.
Yeah.
I still do R&B till this day. I'll try it out. I write like crazy R&B songs, and I never know what to do with them. And so I'll make like a voice note. My memo is full of notes, songs, and I'll take a voice note and I'll sing it because I write with melody always. And I'll record it for myself, and I'm like, one day I'll come back to you.
To you guys.
When I'm at my Beyonce level.
Thank you.
And then I'll come back.
Yeah. Look, you said the Harrison Kramp thing taught you a lot, right? And there was an era where the Pouncing Cat was the thing. You know, Amapiano was now. Exactly, you know.
I did it on Idols all the time.
You were one of the first few vocalists that say believed in Amapiano, because you were probably one of the first few people to even jump on a piano beat.
2016.
You know what I mean?
There.
Yeah. What made you feel like this sound could actually go far?
The Squad.
Yeah.
That group of boys, you know, they really showed me like, girl, this thing can work for you.
Yeah.
And what's funny is they weren't very established at the time yet. And I came into their studio, they picked me up at UJ.
Yeah.
And the session was just so wholesome.
Yeah.
It's like you walk into a room, you click with people, and it was so easy to get that recording done. And to this day, recording on Amapiano is my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
I do not have struggles in a studio if that's an Amapiano beat.
Yeah.
Like I have grown to a point where I'm like, I know my thing. I'll write my lyrics on my way to the venue where we're recording.
Yeah.
And when I get there, I'm going to shock everyone in that room. Because people always like, this one, people don't believe,
Yeah.
People don't believe until they actually hear you in studio. Also with this thing of effects and auto-tune and everything that could possibly happen, you never know if you can trust that voice that you hear on a final track.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the Squad was definitely a very big factor in me understanding what I love. Also because now I had support.
Yeah.
Now I wasn't alone. I was with a team that's also trying to figure it out and that are willing to offer me support in whatever I needed.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You worked with the Squad for quite a while until you got to a point where you were ready to release your own things. You had an EP that went out with the Squad as well. Your debut one.
The One Moment EP.
Yep, 2019.
I actually leaked that song while I was in Idols.
Really?
The One Moment
So
song.
that was your strategy.
So in Idols, I was now Dinky, but Dinky Swarts. They never used the Kunene surname on Idols. So if my
Why
song,
not?
I don't know, there was like I think it's paperwork.
Oh, okay.
It's really just paperwork.
Yeah.
So I could release a song as Dinky Kunene. Even the Harrison Kramp song. It came out while I was in Idols, which is not allowed technically.
Oh, okay.
It's not allowed technically, but there was nothing I could do about his release.
It kind of makes sense because the idea behind them is we're trying to build a superstar. So if you're already out there, it's like, what are we trying to do?
What are we doing?
Yeah. Okay, I get you. All right, yeah.
Yeah, and so I released One Moment because within the colored community, we had now developed our own section of Amapiano, and we had Chimbonda music.
Okay.
That was what the Squad created.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't a place in any area where I went where they didn't know a song called Connected, and they didn't know this One Moment track, and I was like, you know what, let's just leak the song.
Yeah.
Let's use it to push me to the next part in this competition.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
I want to talk about some of the songs on there, Connected as well, and all of that, right? Because I connected with Connected, right? But you said something interesting. Colored community, you guys have your own vibe of piano. And then you hook up with guys like Mdu, TRP, and whatnot. The difference between the two, is there even a difference?
Extremely.
Yeah.
A very big difference.
Yeah.
I was so safe when I was working with the Squad. I still work with them. They have a new project coming out with some stuff of mine.
Sure.
But it was so comfortable that now working with other people and seeing that, okay, this is a completely different vibe. I don't have my friend Flowing Keys, who's a pianist, who's going to sit here and every single thing I sing to him, he can play and I can kind of direct that entire studio session.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore.
Okay.
And so it was actually a very big benefit working with Mdu because through Mdu I realized that I can now try and work with anyone else in the industry.
Yeah.
Because if this man and that man produces like you, if I can work with him and how strict he is about what he wants in his music, then I can work with anyone.
Yeah.
You know, and that was also, it was quite a contrast, but it was really helpful.
Yeah. I like Flowing Keys' name, man. Do you still work with Flowing Keys?
I still work with Flowing Keys, and we actually did a show at Zone 6 2 weeks back called the Get Down Experience, where we were showcasing the old stuff and the new music that they're going to release.
Yeah.
And it was the first time performing together in a while, and I will always love the squad with all of my heart.
Sure. And then black crowds, colored crowds, do they all receive you the same way?
No. Not at all.
Okay. Tell us more.
It's difficult when the surname is Kunene and the accent is like Kaikiso.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, okay.
It's very hectic.
Yeah.
And then the songs are also Zulu, Sotho, Xhosa.
Yeah.
People don't understand. And it's like, what are you?
Yeah.
And, you know, I want people to understand that Dinky probably sounds like probably the whitest nickname under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And Kunene being Zulu or Swati.
Yeah.
And the mixture of that is colored. And I'm a colored and proud. And, you know.
So who struggles with you on stage? Because I would think, or is it a matter of people expect a black girl to be on stage?
It's a matter of people expect a black girl.
Ah, okay, I see.
And what I want people to understand is outside of South Africa, I'm a black girl.
Yeah.
It's only in South Africa
where
we have the race
and how does that make you
classification
feel,
colored.
to be honest?
It's quite difficult because, you know, South Africa deals with racial issues very differently than the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Because we experienced apartheid, the rest of the world didn't.
Yeah.
And they think it was supposed to be whites against everybody else. But it was actually to initiate competition in between every single race and make us believe that we are different.
Yeah.
And make us believe that, you know, the color makes you either better or the hair texture makes you better than the next person and all of these funny things. And so I've realized that I can choose to let this hold me back, or every time I can shock people and be like, yes, I am colored. But apart from being colored, I am South African, which means I'm in a place where we have 12, 11 official languages. I don't know the actual number. That's probably terrible. But
that's very bad.
That's terrible.
We currently have 11.
Lovely.
12 is coming.
12 is
Sign
coming.
Language. We're still
Okay.
working on that, yeah.
Lovely. 11 official languages in a country that I was born in.
Sure.
I should have, I can sing in all of those languages.
Yeah.
And I can find out the heritage behind each and every one of those languages. Yeah. And I can use my music to now communicate with people that are not from areas where I'm from, that don't look like me. But they will also understand now how I am as a person, because I can communicate to them in a language that they actually understand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I always try and say labels kind of box us in.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, colored and proud, but South African and proud more than anything.
Sure.
And proud of Amapiano, because when I take it to the world, it's going to be that black girl from South Africa. Yeah. It's not going to be that colored girl from Ennerdale. It's going to be representing the entire country.
Ennerdale needs to come first, though. I'm sorry. I'm
do.
with the people of Ennerdale, like idols as well.
Do.
Idols, they need
that
to say Ennerdale.
That wasn't my fault.
No, but still, you
that
should have
wasn't my fault,
them.
and they were so mean with me.
Really?
Yeah, but you know, people in your hood will always think you better.
True. Especially a person like you who says they don't have a lot of friends.
But I can explain to you why that happens.
Yeah.
We all come from the same set of circumstances, but some of us use it differently.
Yeah.
And so if you've used yours differently, it's difficult for the person that lives next door to you to understand why they didn't get the same opportunities, whereas they didn't use their circumstances to benefit them. So it's easier to say this person thinks they're better, as opposed to saying this person put in the work that I didn't put in and got the benefits that I expected for zero work.
You had an EP called Speak Your Truth, and you're doing that exactly right now. What was Speak Your Truth about?
So lockdown happened.
Yeah.
And the squad broke up for a brief minute. They weren't together. And I have nobody to record with.
Who messed up?
Nobody messed up.
No, you don't just break up before.
Nah, in anything where there's a team, there needs to be constant view of the goal. The goal needs to always be the same for everybody.
Who lost the view of the goal?
I wouldn't know.
Because somebody did something. But anyway, that's the squad. Let's get back to you.
Yeah, that's them. So it was lockdown, and I'm writing all of these songs, and I have nowhere to record, and I have no source of income.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I'm going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
And Mdu's like, let me fetch you. Let's go to Maporisa's house. Let's go and record some stuff.
Yeah.
And at this point, I have music with the squad that I've done already. That's ready to go.
Yeah.
And now I get to go and work at Maporisa's place.
Yeah.
And Mdu and I probably did 6 songs in the first night that we were there.
Oh, okay.
Because I work like a crazy person.
Yeah.
And I realized in the selection of these songs that everybody wants to know who you are as the artist and enjoy your voice at the same time.
Yeah.
So I need to be able to communicate through my artistry who I am as a person. And so then you have songs like Mbokoto, that works for a month like Women's Month.
Yeah.
I want all women to know that, you are rock. Whatever you are, however you are, it's beautiful.
Sure.
That's how I want to start feeling about myself. And so I make the song Mbokoto. Then I have this Down For You song that's also on there. I love, guys. Oh, if I can have love in my life. Whoever you are out there, please come find me because I'm waiting for you.
And this time she promises not to cheat.
I don't cheat anymore. I'm a good girl.
She's changed, man, I love that.
I can't believe you're just excited that I admitted that I cheated.
No, I'm not. Why am I excited?
Because
I'm just putting it out there that, look, I know in the beginning you heard that she cheated. She's not going to do it again. Now she's, wow, okay, that proves otherwise.
Nah, I think it's just funny, I think people are always more shocked when ladies cheat. They don't expect it from us.
Not really.
Or when they do hear that a lady cheated, it's a very big thing.
Under what rock are those people living under? Because everybody cheats.
Yeah, everybody does cheat. I have a song called We Tell Lies that was leaked heavily. Go listen to it on YouTube.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Earlier on I mentioned Connected.
Yeah.
Quickly, what's that about? That song on your EP.
It's about a nigga that eventually cheated on me with 2 girls and impregnated them both, guys.
Amen.
Connected was...
Do you know what reminded me?
So
as we
in
talk
love.
about cheating, I'm remembering that song. I'm like, going to this Connected.
I was so in love, guys. And I was working with the squad and we were lit. Like, we were so lit. And I was like, let's just slow everything down. 105 BPM as opposed to the normal 112, 114.
114, yeah.
And I'm like, nah, let's just slow everything down and let me sing for the ladies. And the ladies love that song. Oh, the ladies love relate. A promise of love, hey? And the truth is, the Bluetooth was only connected from my side. It wasn't connected from the other device. Really, it wasn't connected.
Yeah. Her name is Dinky Kunene, man. She's got a brand new song out. We'll chat about that in a few. Mellow and sleazy on that particular one as well. But we're trying to get to know her. We're building up and very interesting. You've been through a lot at a young age. But that's cool, right? She also has a beautiful sister, by the way, who stopped singing. But somebody made a comment about her toes.
That's not why she stopped singing.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Hey, she stopped singing because somebody made a comment about her toes, right? You, on the other hand, you made Boomba. Because somebody went on Instagram and said something about you. What happened there?
Every time I'm live,
it's
Studla.
Yeah.
People feel like it's nice to just call someone Studla.
Sure.
I don't think everyone's walking around and pointing out how many skinny women there are in the world. But everyone's walking around and it's so easy to notice a fat woman. And obviously because God gave us more.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm easier to see because I'm blessed in all the areas,
Thank
and I have it. But I don't feel like we need to use derogatory words like Boomba.
Yeah.
Or says Dudla to a person. You don't know if they are comfortable with being called that word.
Yeah.
And also, I was just like, I'm tired of this on social media because I'm wearing a crop top and a shorty and you see my cellulite and you see stretch marks. That doesn't mean you must comment on it.
Sure.
That's just me showing every other chubby girl out there that this is the body you have and you better start loving it because you're not going to get another one. And if you don't love it, don't complain about it, change it, Be whoever it is you want to be. Look the way you want to look. And I thought that this is an opportunity for me to say to the world, you know what? Kunene is a Boomba and I'm singing my songs and I'm doing what I love. And that's what's important, apart from the fact that I'm a thick girl. And it was also me starting to love myself and not feeling like I need to hide. And not feeling like my body's not good enough. I'm never going to get that endorsement deal from particular brands. Or I'm never going to get modeling opportunities. Because I think I can model, maybe not the walking model, but I think I can model people's clothing. And I think their makeup. And I think my face is cute enough to get those opportunities. And so that was what Boomba was. When the haters hate, you love them and you make a song for them.
Body positivity song. You just mentioned something now about modeling, makeup and all of that. while we're on this part of the interview, because somebody might be listening to this, how can I reach you if I want you to model some of my stuff? I want to give you makeup. Where do I find you?
Okay, cool. So I do have booking details on all of my social media.
Yeah.
And social media is an easy way to communicate. It has made life very simple for us.
Yeah.
So Dinky Kunene across all platforms. On Facebook, my original page was hacked. It's the one with the blue tick. So ignore that one because some guy in Bangladesh is using it for his...
He's posting animals. He's
posting a
funny
lot
jokes.
of things.
He's posting lions.
He's posting a lot of
I
things.
saw it and I was like, oh, okay.
But the new one is called Makunene.
Mm-hmm.
Because coming into Makunene is a whole new thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I want people to experience it with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, across all social media platforms, Dinky Kunene on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, which is probably where you'll get me, Makunene on Facebook. There is a number there where you can, because sometimes emails are just hectic, but I do have my manager's number on there.
Yeah.
They can contact my manager if they feel scared. Please send me a DM. I respond to DMs that are about work. I always respond to DMs that are about work.
Yeah, we know she's looking for love, but DMs about work.
About work, please.
Yeah, thanks. If you want love, put it on the timeline so we can all see you.
No, send an e-wallet first.
Or e-wallet first.
Send an e-wallet first, and I know how serious you are about my love.
Minimum amount?
At least 2,000.
Yo!
Because I'm always the financial person in my relationship, so I'm tired.
But you are the famous one. How? We
No,
are
that
struggling.
doesn't mean I don't deserve help sometimes.
Yeah, but we don't have money. We don't get bookings every day. You get bookings.
Okay, I'm kidding now. You don't need to have 2,000 Rand e-wallet, but be kind, you know.
Be kind. Let's quickly wrap it up with some of the people that you've worked with, right? Do you mentioned did a lot of songs with them. Reason and Rest, what's that about?
I was coming out of a very physically abusive relationship.
Okay.
And for months I was sitting with the lyrics for Reason.
Yeah.
And it says, there's no love anymore, it just hurts that bleed. And memories turn to dust, you know, because as girls, we love in a way where we love a man's potential.
Yeah.
We don't love him the way he is there. We love his potential.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't reach that potential. And then we're now angry with him for not being what he was in our dreams, you know. And so Reason was me establishing that if you are unhappy, stop complaining about it, find the courage and leave this man.
Yeah.
And then after leaving this man went on a rampage of trying to destroy my image.
Yeah.
You know, private things coming out. You know, as girls, we dumb sometimes. We trust the guy too much. And
private things, are they nudes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he sent it to my
private
mother.
Things could be a lot of things.
He sent it to my mother. And he sent it to every single person I have worked with. Yeah. And, you know, people are kind that I've worked with, luckily, and they know who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And they're like, Dinky, we stand behind you and whatever, whatever. But anyway, he was also calling too much and driving past the house.
Yeah.
Like when I'm not even there, I ran away from home and my mother knew about it this time because I wasn't safe at home.
Sure.
Driving past the house at 12 o'clock at night.
Damn.
You know? And so it was like, baby, rest, man. Just rest. Kwenzekile, it's done.
Yeah.
Like it's finished. Like you can't finish it more than it's finished.
Yeah.
So just leave me alone. And that's what Rest and Reasons were.
Yeah. Quickly, DJ Maten, Jezik were also some of the people that you've worked with on some of the songs?
Yeah, they introduced me to a new kind of amapiano.
Yeah.
I think they call it Mozambique.
Yeah.
And that's why I recorded a very big song of mine with Jezik and Biza. It's called Hade.
Yeah.
Mello and Sleazy actually introduced me to Mr. Jezik.
Okay.
And took me to his place. They also really helped a lot in me kind of becoming more mainstream in the amapiano industry and working with people that are actually still very, very, very relevant in the industry.
Sure.
As opposed to me making music and it living on YouTube and not getting to a place where people are actually hearing it, you know. I will always be grateful to that opportunity because Mr. Jezik has played a big part in my career.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think he ever treated me like I'm a friend or like I'm his daughter. You know, we don't have that personal relationship. But he saw a good song and he made that song work for all of us.
Yeah.
And I will always appreciate that because if it wasn't for that track, a lot of people in the industry wouldn't give me the respect that they give me today.
Sure. Now you've got Arieng with Mello and Sleazy. What's that about?
Ubuntu, guys. South Africa needs to figure out this Ubuntu thing again. especially within Amapiano, we need to get to the point where we help each other. And I'm so proud of the genre because a lot of young cats are actually thriving.
Sure.
It's putting bread in a lot of people's mouths, you know. And there are still situations where someone's just not going to help you because you're not that big name. You don't have that strong brand presence yet.
Yep.
And Arieng is like leading up to an album on EP. I haven't decided which it's going to be.
Yeah.
That also kind of shows how I'm using my power in the industry to help 1,000 upcoming vocalists. I have almost all the upcoming vocalists in South Africa in Amapiano on my project.
Okay.
Because I want to give everyone else the assistance that I have been getting since, you know, I have people that will actually help me.
Yeah.
And that's what Arieng speaks about. You know, life is hard. Making money is really hard. And the thing is, you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes we feel like we have to do it alone because you don't want to owe anybody anything, or you think no one wants to help you. But even if it's even if it's advice, you know, that's someone's intellectual property, it has monetary value. It can help you in some way. And I want people to understand that you should always share your resources, whether it be financial, whether it be lyrics, whether it be advice, whatever it is, we can all help each other. And when we get to that, then Arieng, let's go.
Buy. Her name is Dinky Kunene. Get to know her, man. Big superstar in my books. Of course, some people might feel, yeah, she's still got a lot of work to do, but trust me on this one, right? You know, when I bring him on the show, that it means there's actually a lot that's happening there, right? Now, just to quickly wrap it up, you also doing something really great with our schools. And when she says she can model stuff, she's not even joking. She's working with a label. Tell us about that.
So hopefully I'm getting a contract soon from them. I'm manifesting it. But I've gotten a lot of support from Elise.
Yeah.
They have their own stores. You can find them in Studio 88 as well. Every time I perform, they offer me clothing. For my studio camp, they offered assistance, you know. And it's so nice that they're going to partner with me on the school tour this coming Friday. And I'm going to give bucket hats to all of the school children. Well, you know, I don't know how to do it yet. I don't know if I'm just going to toss them like burritos into the air, like, hey, hats for everyone. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but just as a way to give back to the kids as well. And also bring awareness to the brand. So shout outs to Elise for always supporting me in everything that I do. And I'm excited to see the kids. I'm excited to perform at the kiddies' schools.
Brilliant stuff, man. All the best, Dinky. And yeah, we'll continue supporting you. We've known about you for quite some time. So, like I said, she's a superstar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was lovely, and I wish I had another hour to talk to you about all my things in my life.
Next time we'll make it longer, man. Thanks.